Let us quickly revise about the class, what we have done today in the last class. Malak, will you tell me what are the male reproductive, what do you call as cell and female reproductive cell? What is it? And what are the name of the organs? Yes, anyone? Patin, it's given here. If I talk about this table, I told you even that date is very important. If I talk about male sex cell, what is the male sex cell? I'm going to write again so that you remember this. Never forget this. What happened to you all? Sperm is the male sex cell. How about the female sex cell? It is egg cell. Organ, it is called as testis. T-E-S-T-E-S, testis. And female, they are ovaries. There are two pairs of ovaries or ovary. All right, at least these four things you have to memorize, girls. It's very important to know. What are the male sex cell? What is a female sex cell? What is the organ that helps to produce sex cell? What is the help in female to produce sex cell here? Now, till here we have studied in our last class. And today we are gonna study about, again, I told you about uterus, that what is a uterus? You have two fallopian tubes. Okay, you have two fallopian tubes here. Why is this close this door? Fallopian tubes, and you have ovary inside. There are two ovaries. In the ovary, the egg develops within a follicle, okay? And here is the uterus. Inside the uterus, the baby grows. If an egg is not fertilized, the lining of the uterus is shed. That is, okay. Menstruation, if the egg is not fertilized, it comes out as your monthly menstruation. Till here we have studied. Now today, again, I'm going to say you that if the egg gets fertilized during fertilization, okay, when the sperm enters an egg, the egg's membrane changes to stop other sperm from entering. It doesn't allow the other sperm to enter it. During fertilization, the egg and sperm combine to form one cell. And this becomes an embryo. The first part of the baby is called as embryo, girls. The first part of the baby is called as embryo. The genetic material from the father and the mother. Are you listening, girls?
Yeah, miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay, the genetic material.
Yeah.
So very important that during fertilization, the egg and the sperm combine to form one cell. Once cell division occurs, the fertilized egg becomes an embryo. The genetic material from the father and the mother combines, unique individual begins to develop. Usually one sperm gets through, a unique individual begins to develop. Usually only one sperm gets through the outer covering of the egg. If more than one sperm enter the egg, the multiple identical embryos can form. If usually the cell doesn't allow the egg cell, but if accidentally the other sperm also enter, that's why we have twins. Okay, so after fertilization, the embryo travels from the fallopian tube. This embryo, it goes to the fallopian tubes from here. You can see the fallopian tubes in the previous year. See how the egg is fertilized in the fallopian tube by a sperm. The egg is released from the ovary. The egg releases from the ovary from this part. From this part, the egg releases. And from here, the sperm and both unite to form a embryo. Okay. So, the egg okay. After fertilization, the embryo travels from the fallopian to the tube. Okay, now, when the egg from here and sperm from here, they meet together and they form embryo. This embryo goes back to the uterus. It goes back to the uterus because here is where the baby has to grow, not in the fallopian tubes, not in the embryo. It needs space, so it goes back to uterus. Again, the sperm travel from fallopian tube, go to the ovary, and from ovary the cell releases. Both of them, they combine, they form an embryo. That embryo go back and travel to the uterus. Again, the sperm travel from fallopian tube, go to the ovary, and from ovary the cell releases. Both of them, they combine, they form an embryo. That embryo go back and travel to the uterus. Again, the sperm travel from fallopian tube, go to the ovary, and from ovary the cell releases. Both of them, they combine, they form an embryo. That embryo go back and travel to the uterus. Now, after fertilization, the embryo travels from the fallopian tube over 5 to 6 days and attaches to the thick and nutrient lining of the uterus. It goes and attached to the thick lining of the uterus. So now, the pregnancy occurs. Normal pregnancy lasts about how many months? Any idea, girls, about pregnancy? How many months?
9 months.
9 months. So 9 months are usually explained in 3 periods. We say
Miss, your voice stopped.
all right, so it's divided into 3 trimester. First trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. Okay, it's divided into first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. In the first trimester, soon after implantation, the placenta begins to grow. The placenta is a network of blood vessels that provides the embryo with oxygen. Girls, the whole pregnancy is divided into 3 periods. We call it as first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. Now, soon after implementation, the placenta now, it becomes big. What is a placenta? The placenta is a network of blood vessels that provide. Please, can you read it out, Vateen?
Yeah, Miss. First trimester. Miss, your voice stopped.
I said, please read the first paragraph here, first trimester.
Yeah. First trimester, soon after implantation, the placenta begins to grow.
Placenta.
The placenta begin to grow. The placenta is a network of blood vessels that provide the embryo with oxygen and nutrients from the mother's blood and carries away waste. The embryo is surrounded by the anion.
You know, the embryo, it's a baby. It has to be protected, right? So that is surrounded with fluid. There is a sac, a bag like, which contains that fluid that is called as amnion. Okay? And that protects the embryo. And that embryo is connected to the...
Miss, how he will eat?
What you're saying?
How he will eat?
He will not eat. That's what. They are connected to an umbilical cord. Okay, there is a connection from our stomach to their stomach, from their belly. You know, there is an umbilical cord what they cut after the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss.
Yes. Maybe you have seen a newborn.
The one that's behind the. Here in the second picture, behind the baby's hand, it's the string or no?
Yeah. That is where it is connected. That is called the umbilical cord.
Oh.
Which is connected to the mother.
So they breathe by that?
They don't breathe. They breathe by mouth, but they get oxygen. SubhanAllah, they get oxygen inside, and they get the umbilical cord. Through the umbilical cord, they get their food.
Yeah, like they eat from the cord.
They don't eat. SubhanAllah, the fluid goes inside their body automatically through their umbilical cord.
Oh.
Yeah. So after week 10, the embryo is called fetus. After 10 weeks, after 10 weeks of pregnancy, that's like almost 2 months, the embryo is not called embryo. It is called a fetus. Remember, fetus. So the first was umbilical cord, embryo. And second, they're called as fetus. So many organs such as heart, liver, and brain form. What all form, girls? Heart, liver, and brain. Arms and legs, as well as fingers and toes, also form during. See, subhanAllah, everything is formed in the first trimester. Little fingers, toes, brain, liver, heart. Some of the bones are left, those are left, the inner bones and all those are left. Now, did you understand till here very clearly?
Yeah, Miss.
Okay, second trimester.
Yes.
Joints, bones, they start to form in the second trimester. That's why the mother needs more calcium. The fetal muscles become more stronger. As a result, the fetus can make fist and begin to move. They can close their fingers and make a fist. And now they start to, because they don't know how to move, but they know how to move their hands. And they start, when they move their hands, the body pushes them to the other side and they rotate inside the mother's uterus. And subhanallah, the mother start feeling in the second trimester. The mother can feel the baby, that something is inside me and something is, trying to touch my body or like that. As a result, the fetus can make a fist and begin to move. The fetus triples its size within a month, subhanAllah. It becomes triple and its brain begin to grow rapidly. Eventually, the fetus can make faces. It can smile, it can cry, it can make movement, the mother can feel. And towards the end of the trimester, the fetus can also breathe and swallow. Okay?
But sometimes, like the baby, how do they, like in the picture, in the 8 months picture, it has like a hair in his.
Yes, they started getting her hair in the 8th month. Yes, that is the last trimester. Come on, girls.
Yeah, but
the baby is serious or if the mother is serious, they do operation in the 8th month. They do operate the cesarean. They do the operation and the baby is okay when it comes out, and he or she comes out. So during the 3rd trimester, they can respond to light, sound. When they hear a lot of sound outside, they are more active inside. They are more, they are more active inside now. They can respond to light and sound. The brain develops further and the organs become fully functional. Bones grow and harden and the lungs completely develop by 32 weeks. The fetus eyes can open and close. By the 3rd trimester, the fetus can also dream, subhanAllah. And after 36 weeks, the fetus is almost ready to be born. A full-term pregnancy usually lasts about 40 weeks. That is the 9th month completes. 9 times 4, 36. But it has to be 9 times, 9 months complete and the 10th begin and the baby is there. Okay? So this is what today's class about. And inshallah, I'll continue tomorrow.